welcome to lesson 119. This is dividing by a decimal number. Man, we're getting so close to the very end of the book. We're one lesson away. So we've already learned how to divide a decimal number by a whole number. We're doing a lot of division with decimal numbers. And I know this might be a little or quite a bit that's adding on, but no worries, you will be relearning the same thing in 6th grade. So this is going to be a great introduction. That way you're learning it, and then when you get to 6th grade, you'll be ready. You'll have already learned it before. You'll recognize it, and you'll be able to pick it up a little bit quicker. So when we've been dividing decimal numbers by whole numbers, we'll have a problem such as 12 hundredths divided by 3. However, now we may be seeing problems that might look like this. 12 hundredths divided by 3 tenths. Both are different. These are completely different because I'm dividing by 3 tenths, which is very, very different from 3. The digits are the same, but when I'm dividing by a decimal number, I'm going to add an extra step to my problem. And it's actually a little bit more simple than you might think. So don't freak out quite yet. Whenever I have a problem where I'm dividing by a decimal number, all I'm simply doing is I'm going to move my decimal over so that it becomes a whole number. That's all I'm doing. I'm going to move it over one place. But whenever I do that, I have to do the exact same thing in my dividend. I'm going to move it over one place. So my steps are over, and then I'm going to bring it up, of course, because of my answer. I'm going to bring it up so that I know what my answer will be, what the quotient will be. Now the reason for this being is whenever I move it over one place in the divisor and one place over in the dividend is for this reason. I'm writing this exact same division problem with a division bar of 12 hundredths divided by 3 tenths. Now we learned whenever I multiply by 10 or by 100 or by 1,000, I'm just moving over the decimal point. That's all I need to do. There's no extra math. So if I multiply both by 10 over 10, my decimal point gets moved over to the right, and this equals 1. So my value of both of these does not really change. The division problem itself does not change. And my final answer would then be 1 2 tenths divided by 3. So my decimal point just got moved over by multiplying by 10. Now you don't have to actually do this step. This is explaining the reasoning for how this works. If I move it over one place here, I can move it over one place here. The division problem will still be the same. Now when I finally divide, and after I've moved over my decimal point one time and I have 1 2 tenths divided by 3, then I divide 3 goes into 12 4 times. I already have my decimal point there, and I can subtract 12. So my answer would be 4 tenths. Now we have our one example problem in this lesson. I'm going to do it, and I would like you to show all of the steps with me, please. This should be in your notes. Example problem says 2 34 hundredths divided by 6 tenths. 2 34 hundredths divided by 6 tenths. Well, I can't really divide with the decimal point, so I'm going to turn it into a whole number. I'm moving it over one place so that it becomes 6. I'm going to go ahead and erase the 0. So I have 6, and then I have to move it over one place in my dividend also. So then I have 6 divided by 23 and 4 tenths divided by 6. So I did my over, and up. Move my decimal point straight up when I divide by a decimal. So then I have 6 goes into 23 how many times? It goes in 3 whole times, minus 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That would be 5. Bring down my 4. How many times can 6 go into 54? It goes in 9 times, minus 54. So my quotient is 3 and 9 tenths. All I had to do, over, and up. Division is the exact same thing. Divide, multiply, subtract, bring down. So division is still the same. Do it exactly how we've been doing it the entire year. The only thing you're doing is just the extra step is moving your decimal point and then bringing it directly up. So I'd like you to go ahead and try these two practice set problems, B and C. Do the very best you can. Remember, division is the exact same thing. Just remember over, and up. Dad, mom, sister, brother. So those are your steps, and I'll be grading for completion, notes on the example problem, and your practice set problems. Thank you very much.